Hey, this is Mike from Guitar Essentials, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to take a 12-bar blues and jazz it up like this. So let's get started. First, we're just going to take a simple 12-bar blues with bar chords. So I'm going to play through that, and there's chord charts to follow. You should already kind of know how to play these chords before progressing to the jazz blues. So you should already know how to play this if you're going to progress to the jazz blues. If not, feel free to follow along. The things I'll mention is I'm playing dominant 7th chords. The 3 chords I'm using here are G7, C7, and D7. I chose to do this, so my hand doesn't move. I could, of course, do D7 here, and then there's multiple ways to play all these type of chords. So next, I'm going to go over how to jazz this up, so to speak, by adding different 7th chords, added chords per measure, diminished 7th chords, a 9th chord. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the strum pattern we're using for now is just down, up, down, up, up, down, up. Now you could use many strum patterns. There's times where I'm just going to do alternating if there's multiple chord changes. But you could use what you like. For this, I just want to keep it as simple as possible. So we start with the G7 chord and we do 1 measure. All right, then we go to C9 and you could play it 2 ways. I flatten my 3rd finger across the first 3 strings, strings 1, 2, and 3 on the 3rd fret. My first finger's on this E note on the 2nd fret. And then my 2nd finger goes to the C note, the root, on the 5th string, 3rd fret. Now, if that's weird for you to keep that flat finger bar, you can always do 3rd and 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd and 2nd string, just eliminate the 1st string. You can probably mute the 1st string so that doesn't ring out. But I do like to have that extra high note. So the first 2 measures are G7 going to C9. Then we go back to G7 for a full measure. Then we do half a measure on G13. That's 3rd fret on the 6th string, 1st finger. Then you skip a string, 3rd fret on the 4th string, 2nd finger. The middle note in between is naturally muted by being a little more flat fingered. 3rd finger is 4th fret, 3rd string. Pinky is on 5th fret, 2nd string. So you just do down, up, and then you get your pinky to go right underneath your 3rd finger. So now it's on the 4th fret of the 2nd string, and that's a G7 sharp 5. So we go from G13 to G7 sharp 5, like this. Then we go to the next measure, which is C9. So up to this point, that's the first 4 measures of a 12-bar blues. So I'll play up to that point. to measure 5, we go from that C9 to a C sharp diminished 7. Could also be thought of as D flat as well. So that is second finger on the 4th fret, 5th string, third finger on the 5th fret, 4th string, first finger on the 3rd fret, 3rd string, and 4th finger on the 5th fret, 2nd string. All right, so that's measure 5. Now measure 6, we go G7, then we go to A minor 7. Now, you may choose to do this as a bar and put your 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string. That's one way to do it, where you're hitting all 6 strings. But a more jazzy way and maybe a new approach. So just take your 2nd and 3rd finger and put them kind of pancaked, flattened across these strings. So your 2nd finger's on the 6th string, 5th fret, and then your 3rd finger bars across the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string. So you naturally mute the 5th string and the 1st string. Move up 2 frets. Now we're doing B minor 7. Move down 1 fret, B flat minor 7. Then we come back to that A minor 7 for a full measure. Then kind of goes right there. Your 3rd finger kind of rolls into that D note, which is the 5th fret of the 5th string. And it's a C-shaped chord, but we add our pinky on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So it's 3rd fret on 5th fret, 5th string, 2nd finger on 4th fret, 4th string, pinky on 5th fret, 3rd string, 1st finger on 3rd fret, 2nd string. All right, so I'll play up to this point from the beginning. To finish it off, the turnaround, which is the last 2 measures, is G7. I then use my 3rd finger to go up to the 7th fret, and we do the same shape as that D7 chord, but 2 frets higher. The A minor 7, D7. And then we can end on G7, or we just repeat the whole 12 bar blues again. So now I'll play all 12 bars close up. So one thing you can do with your chord changes is in between a chord change, you can mute with your left hand while you're making that position change. So instead of going like, trying to make it perfect, go. My fingers kind of go flat and mute and get into the next position. So that's kind of like a helpful hint, and it actually sounds cooler, a lot more musical as well. So you'll hear the little upstroked mute in between those. As you get more comfortable with this, you can add some notes, sliding into chords, chromatic chords. So for instance, if you're doing C9, you can come from a half step before or above. Use a note to lead into that. So I'll give you an example and leave a comment in the comment section if you'd like to hear a part 2 of this, and I'll add exactly how to do these type of things. But here's an example of what this could lead to. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please leave a comment if you'd like to hear a part 2, and I'll do a video on all those little added subtle things that I put in. Please like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. It really helps out the channel, and we'll see you in the next lesson.